Thanks, Jason. And one of the sort of buzzwords of 2023, I don't know if buzzword is the fair term, but certainly we're seeing, it continues to be the hot topic, is AI and the impact of AI, not just on the markets, but also the economy. How might we see AI impact the economy this year and contribute to any, growth?
Yeah, great question. Certainly topical. And AI, there's been a lot of ink spilled on this question ever since Chat GPT went mainstream. I guess that was November of 2022. Our view is that AI has sort of made everyone a technology company. You either make it or you use it. And if you don't use it, you lose it. That is, you go out of business. I think many of you have heard me say that, for example, like AI won't replace doctors, but doctors who use AI will ultimately replace doctors that don't. And that's kind of the way that we think about the impact AI can have on the economy and in particular on the jobs market. What's interesting about AI, though, specifically, is that it really focuses on augmenting the brain. It used to be, technology used to be more about augmenting the brawn of humans. And now we're talking about augmenting the brain of humans, and the potential of that is awesome. I think most technologists, most economists would agree. There's a lot of opportunity there. So for us, when we add up like the pluses and minuses of AI, and certainly there are arguments on both sides, we think that technology, and in particular the newfangled story of AI, even with that awesomeness, will kind of prove to be a tale that we've seen before. And we talked about this last year on a couple of our conference calls. And that is a tale of like one of a new efficiency, which is often technology led. It doesn't mean that people are going to lose their jobs in mass. There's always churn in our labor market, and that's actually healthy from a macroeconomic perspective. But most folks who get caught up in the AI transition will get reskilled. They'll find other jobs reasonably quickly, often better jobs, which kind of pushes up overall progress. So that's a good thing. We think that technology like AI largely enhances productivity of workers, which kind of allows the economy over time to grow more quickly and without those undue inflationary pressures that we've all been dealing with for the past couple of years. So on balance, as we kind of look at the structural underpinnings of the economy, if we don't have productivity growth, the labor force has only been growing at about 1% a year for the past few years. So that's really all we have to look forward to in terms of real economic growth if there's no productivity growth. But the good news is that companies and entrepreneurs are aspirational. They're going to use technology like AI to boost productivity. There's no doubt about that. It's already happening. We're seeing it happening across the board. And we've seen US productivity step up over the last few quarters, in part because of the investments in technology we saw during the pandemic, also in part because of the AI boost that we've seen over the last year or so. In fact, productivity last year grew at about 2.7%, which is the fastest pace in 3 or 4 years. So things are showing up in the economy in terms of technology and AI. Part of that is, like I said, the technology story. Part of it's also just the notion that people are staying in their jobs longer now. So the longer you stay in your job, the more productive you become. We're seeing that through labor market indicators like the quits rate, for example, which has come down. Overall, we think AI is a tool to drive progress forward, so we're pretty optimistic about it. And of course, there's a lot of exciting investment opportunities around AI as well.
Liz, I'm going to throw something out there with regard to AI. And Jason, I absolutely agree with what you said. And I've watched the evolution of mainframe computers through personal computers through the internet. And so many of those helped us, supplemented our memory and our ability to organize data. And now we're in the AI space. A concern that we see often in the AI space is fraud, in that you can misrepresent what others are saying or doing, which to me circles us back to that human element where you do need people who are looking at this information that's out there and actually vetting it and trying to dig into the sources to make sure that you're truly making your decisions based on good, real information, as opposed to potentially AI fraudulent information. And while that's just a small piece of the overall use of AI, it certainly is one that Deem's watching and that we watch out for in our decision-making process.